morning everyone. Today we will present our solution for the question 2. So I will start with question 2 Roman 1. First, we need to find the variable cost per unit. How we want to get variable cost per unit? So we need to identify all variable components. Let's see for the question. The direct cost. Based on the question, direct cost is expected to decrease by 1 ringgit 50 cents. So, the original direct cost 20 ringgit 40 cents, we need to minus 1 ringgit 50 cents to get the new direct cost, which is 18 ringgit 90 cents. Second, variable manufacturing overhead. Based on the question, the manufacturing overhead is 350,000. We need to minus with 250,000 because that is a fixed cost. Then we need to divide by 50,000 unit of production. So we will get variable manufacturing overhead, which is 2 ringgit. So third, we need to find variable selling commission. Based on the question, the selling overhead is 220,000, which is the fixed cost is with the exemption of commission, that is 50% of sales value. So 50% times with the sales value. The sales value has given in this question. So the sales value is 50 ringgit per unit. So we need to times with 5% and you will get 2 ringgit and 50 cents. Fourth, variable general overhead. Look at in question, general overhead is 250,000, whereas 32,000 is variable cost. So we can get variable general overhead by 32% times with 250,000 divide by 50,000 unit of production, and you will get 1 ringgit and 60 cents. So when you plus all the 4 items of variable component, you will get variable cost per unit, which is RM25. Settle for the variable cost per unit. Next, we need to find the total fixed cost. The first item for total fixed cost is fixed manufacturing overhead. Based on the question, there's given the fixed manufacturing overhead is 250,000. Second, fixed selling overhead. On the question, selling overhead is 220,000. So the fixed cost, we need to minus the 220,000 minus the variable selling commission that we find for variable cost per unit. So you will get 95,000. Third, fixed general overhead. Based on the question, 32% is a variable cost. So the balance is 68%. So 68% will times with 250,000 and you will get 170,000. When you plus all the 3 items, you will get the total fixed cost, which is 515,000. So everyone, look at your question. 1 Roman, we need to find the break-even point in unit and sales value. So the formula for break-even point per unit in unit is total fixed cost divided by contribution margin per unit. How we want to get contribution margin per unit? Contribution margin per unit is sales value minus variable cost per unit. So let's calculate. Total fixed cost 515,000 will divide it by 15 ringgit minus 25 ringgit, you will get 25 ringgit. So the BEP per unit, you will get 20,600 unit. Next, we need to find BEP in sales value. So BEP unit in sales value is BEP unit times sales value. With BEP unit is 20,600 will times with sales value, which is 15 ringgit. So you will get 1,030,000 60,000.
Into Roman, we are required to calculate the margin of safety in unit. The budgeted sales are 60,000 unit and the BEP unit are 20,600 unit. So the margin of safety in unit is 60,000 unit minus 20,600 units, which equals 39,400 unit. Into Roman, we are required to calculate
to the question 3 Romans. The question is profit or loss if the sales volume is 39,375 units. First, we should know what is profit formula. The formula is total contribution margin minus total fixed cost. Since it says that the sales volume is 39,375 units, we should multiply it with 25 ringgit and then minus it with 515,000 ringgit. And the final answer is 469,375 ringgit. So,
moving on to part 4. In part 4, we are required to determine how many units need to be sold in order to achieve a target profit of 120,000 ringgit. To calculate this, we use the contribution margin approach, which consider the relationship between fixed cost, profit, and contribution margin per unit. So, the formula we should use is required sales in units equal to, in brackets, fixed cost plus target profit divided by contribution margin per unit. So, the information we have is the fixed costs are 515,000 ringgit, the target profit is 120,000 ringgit, and the contribution margin per unit is 45 ringgit. So, by applying to the formula given, in bracket 120,000 ringgit plus 515,000 ringgit divided by 45 ringgit, we get 25,400 units. This means the company must sell 25,400 units in order to earn the desired profit of 120,000 ringgit. This calculation helps management set sales targets that are aligned with the profit goals, ensuring that both costs and desired return are covered.
Question B. Jensen Sendirian Berhad produce and sell two products, namely Blem and Phlegm. Currently, the company sells 70,000 units of Blem and 30,000 units of Phlegm. So based on the table, the selling price per unit for Blem is 90 ringgit and for Phlegm 45 ringgit. Variable cost per unit for Phlegm is 10 ringgit and Blem 15 ringgit. So contribution margin for Blem is 75 ringgit and Phlegm 35 ringgit. The sales mix ratio is based on the total sale. Blem contributes 70% and Phlegm contributes 30%. Next, the weighted average contribution margin. For Blem, 75 ringgit multiplied by 70% and we got 52 ringgit and 50 cents. For Phlegm, 35 ringgit multiplied by 30% and we got 10 ringgit and 50 cents. The total weighted average contribution margin is 63 ringgit. Total fixed cost was given as 126,000. So for BEP in unit, the formula is fixed cost divided by total weighted average contribution margin. 126,000 divided by 63 ringgit and we got 2,000 units. For BEP in unit for each product, we will multiply by sales mix. For Blem, 2,000 unit multiplied by 70% and we got 1,400 units. For Phlegm, 2,000 units multiplied by 30% and we got 600 units. For BEP in RM, it will multiply BEP units with selling price. For Blem, 1,400 units multiplied by 90 ringgit and we got 126,000 ringgit. For Phlegm, 600 units multiplied by 45 ringgit and we got 27,000 ringgit.